Hello everyone, welcome back to Motion RC Live. I'm James, and today we're going to be doing another unboxing of one of these newer, awesome Bancroft RC battleships. Just recently, actually on Monday, I believe, we released a video on the Arizona. We didn't get around to doing a live unboxing of this one. I did it on the side and then took it out, but you could see this one going around the lake and just being awesome. The next one we have today, though, is going to be the North Carolina, which currently on display in North Carolina. I believe Wilmington, North Carolina has been for quite some time, so you can go check this one out. And this is, again, its own class. It was a North Carolina class. I believe there were two battleships in that class. It was this one, North Carolina, and the Washington. And they were commissioned like in the 10s and 20s to see if they can make faster battleships with the same armament. So it's like a fast battleship class. There's so many battleship classes, it's ridiculous just looking through them all. But it's awesome because I got the Arizona now, which was, I believe, a Pennsylvania class. Then we got the Missouri, which is an Iowa class, and we have the North Carolina, which will be its own class. Let me get this one out of the way as we see people coming in. What's up, Victor? Jay Custer, how you doing? Wes, what's going on, man? You've been here? Wes has been. A lot of people have. I didn't get a chance to see this one. I definitely should go get up there and check it out. Would love to walk around it. Now, the beauty of the battleships that I'm going to display today, too, they're all 200 scale. So the Arizona's 200 scale, scales to the Missouri, they're both just off camera here, and then scales to the North Carolina as well, which is, this one comes in the middle of those two. This one is at about 43 inches or 42.9 inches, but it's looking good inside. So let me show you. Again, I took the, this comes, you know, with a box over the box, inside a box. So I took all that out and I just get it to this point in the process where you could take it off the top and you could take a peek inside and again, see how everything is, you know, nicely packed up in there. One thing I love about these ships, I'll say it every time, is they're really boxed beautifully. I mean, I've had issues where, you know, the FedEx guy or the UPS guy, whoever it was, you know, takes the box in and out of their car a couple days because I wasn't around to sign for it or whatever. So it's getting moved around a ton, probably getting, you know, pushed around the box as it makes its way. But I've never had one that had any significant, if any, damage at all inside. And it's a testament to really how they box these things. A lot of these will be standing upright, you know, when I get them, and you're just like, oh, please don't, you know, don't mess around, because there's nothing you really have to do to these ships. You just pull them out, charge the batteries up, put on some minor accessories, which all just plug in, nothing you gotta like glue on or anything. And then you're good to go. All right, let me get started pulling it out of the box here. Yeah, the wood decking is always nice. I'm going to, let me get the one accessory box they always put on top. Will be right here. I'm going to pull that one out first. And like they create like a shelf to have this sit on. So this is going to have our transmitter, probably some minor little pieces, our battery or charger. Then I could see here that inside the foam, they have a big orange sticker on there that's telling me that there's going to be parts. So I assume that's going to have the cannons and any of the extra bits you put on. The Arizona had that as well. The Arizona had 3 cranes as well as 4 big cannons that, again, you just press on when you get in. But all right, I got that off. Now I'm going to, oh, let me pull that out. This is our display stand. That was loose on the side. I just want to take off what's loose. And then I'm going to cut the box down so I can show you that view I like to show you guys, which is like sort of the open view, so you can see how it would look. I wouldn't recommend cutting the boxes. If you're buying them, they work as great transport cases. Even the foam is cut nicely in there. You can just, you know, use that to help transport your ship to and from the water if you choose to. All right, so just open that up. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to show you that skeleton view so you can truly see just how it's boxed up inside that box, which I always like to see. So again, this part, you know, they make shelves, so that's where that white box sat, so it doesn't hit anything on the ship itself. And then this piece, we're going to cut all taped in there nicely, but this is going to have a lot of our accessory parts in it. So I'm going to move that off to the side for now. And there you could get a pretty good view of the, you know, the ship inside, and you can see why it works really well, you know, packaged up like this. So, all right, so now let me try to slide this out. As we do, should all just lift off in one little bit. There it is. Oh, let me cut some more of the tape up top. Forgot this side. All right. Get my coffee out of the way so we don't knock into anything. Let's slide this out. Here we go. Already looking gorgeous in here. Love it. All right, let's get that out of my way. You know, I'll bring it this way. Less happens on that side of the studio. All right. There we go. And now our little foam trays, a lot of these, again, will just pop right off. So you just, you know, save them, discard them, use them. I know, like, my dad's into, like, wargaming. He'll use this stuff to make, like, hills for, like, gaming tables and stuff. Could always use this foam for all sorts of good stuff. There we go. All right, all those pieces are off. And now, and again, if you just kept these two pieces of foam, that's a great way to transport. You know, nothing's gonna, you know, you could punch it and knock into it, you know, and it'll probably sit in your car easier than everything, which is awesome. Let me just slide this to the side quick. I'm just gonna build up the included display stand. Nothing too hard about these. They just come in 4 pieces, 2 longer pieces, and your 2 ends. That's where the ship is gonna sit. And each one's gonna be molded to the hull of the ship you get it for. So you could just write somewhere on them if you end up with a few of them, you know, right on the inside or something, what ship it's for, but for the most part, keep them with their display stands. And they just press in. If you want to add a little CA glue or something, just to really shore it up, that'll work. I know sometimes they can get a little loose. You know, they're just press fit. There we go. And that display stand is in. Get that garbage in the box. Now I'm going to lift it up and out. Boom. Get rid of these 2 pieces. And bam! So right out of the box, you can see right away we're missing 3 of our cannons. We're missing some of our little guns that hide this superstructure. That's how you get access to the inside. There's 4 screws, and they'll be covered up by turrets, which I assume will all be in the what's it called? These boxes here. And I'm also expecting to see some cranes in there or whatnot, but overall looking good. I like this one. Has a little bit of almost purple, but it's blue, right? Some dark blue there. It looks awesome. That's different from the Arizona and Missouri, just go red right to gray. This has a little bit of a different look to it, which I dig. I can see that there's a little ribbon around the back. There is a hatch in the back, which I guess is going to give you access to the linkage for your rudder. So if you ever needed to fix that, we're going to cut that ribbon off. There's some tape on the decking. But again, you can see this is all real wood decking across the whole span of the ship, which is really, really fantastic as well. All right, I'm going to move this to the side for 1 sec. And let's take a look at what's coming inside these boxes. So first things first, let's see the accessories box. I want to see what comes in here. And they wrap these up in the foam, which is cool. just a matter of, all right, got tape all over my finger there. You sort of just peel these apart. Here we go. And then they got some foam blocking some things. But we can see you got like layers to it. You peel back layers. But in this one, we're going to get our 4 mini turrets, and these again are magnetically attached, which is cool. And they're going to cover where those screws. They're going to hide the screw access to the superstructure. So those are imperative. What we got here, we got some US flag stickers as usual. We do have a crane, which I believe would be for the back. That's how they get the airplanes out of the water back onto the battleship catapults. We got 1 Allen wrench, so that's going to be perfect, you know, to get access in there. I want it, but I'm going to use a real screwdriver because it's always faster than those. Appreciate them offering, but I'll go my own route on that note. And now I'm going to separate here, and you can see we've got 3 different main armaments, and one has mini turrets on the top, so I assume that's going to be on the top middle. And these are just press fit, and they'll spin. So if you want to come over, oh, you're over on it. So I'm just going to press that in there, and then slowly work it down, and then that's it. Cool. Now I'm guessing on the guns there, and then there's some different. I'm gonna have to look, see which goes which. But now these two, while similar, one has looks like vents on the back of one, and one doesn't. So I'm gonna put the one with the vents maybe on the back. Get a little more detail back here. Yep, and they all spin, they just fit nicely. And then this last one, press that in, sweet. And as I already did, I put one of these in already. I'm gonna take that out for now because I'm gonna open up the superstructure. Now taking a look in the back, the crane, there is a little hole in the back. Now this is metal down here. The crane, and there'll be just one little hole back here that's just going to slide into, and then that can spin independently. So that would come out over the water, and then bink. That's cool. All right. So now that's back there, and now let me get my screwdriver out, and we'll take a look inside. I want to see what's going on in the ship itself. Oh yeah, don't forget the flash sale going on right now. We have 5 products, 1 in each main category, at a nice discount. I think it's the Utiloy was on sale this week, like $350 off or $300 off. It was pretty cool. All right, we got our screwdriver. I'm gonna take these screws out. I just want to look, because looking underneath, looks like we have 4 screws, so we might have another 4-motor ship. This comes all screwed down. I like the way they offer the turrets to hide these screw ports, but I would rather it be magnetically driven. A lot of the boats are, but some of these battleships do require this, so that's the only thing that could be a little, sometimes is an annoyance, because you plug in your battery, then you turn it on, you got your transmitter, then you got to put this back on, screw it all down, and then when you're done, you got to unscrew it just to turn it off again, you know. Minor problems, but if I needed to find something to complain about, I guess that would be it. All right, so taking off the superstructure, and again, you can see it's all one piece. The screws can stay with it even though they will fall out. Don't turn it upside down. But then we could take a look inside and we could see our 4-motor system. You know what, because I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to put this like that. Here we go. So Alex can zoom in a little closer there. But at the start, we got we got 2 motors right here. Oh, there they are, over here. And then there's 2 more on the sides by my finger. So I'll tilt down, and you can see this one. Wow, it's weird looking up and doing this. Boom. And then I'll turn it the other way quick. Sorry. So you can see the receiver and the ESC mounted on the wall right there, Alex. That's it. Yeah, there's the ESC. And then the receiver's over here. Right, sort of behind that thing. Just simple. And then they do have, I think, the on and off switch. Where's the on and off switch? Oh, on and off switch is actually right on this shelf right here. So you can just push in there after you plug in your battery. And that's where that'll go. So it's got some decent room inside. The motors are a little off-center, shifted back this way, so I'll probably put more ballast right around this area to weigh it out. But there's plenty of space inside to ballast. And as I've said, you know, numerous times, I do my ballast with just bags of BBs that I'll tape together. And you know, they're all, I measure them out to about 1 pound each, so I could just slide in as many bags I need. And then the best thing about the bags are you can flatten them out on the bottom and distribute the weight more nicely along the hull. Because again, these things can, a slightest bit of weight to the side and the whole ship will lean slightest, you know, this way, forward, like, you know, just like in CGing a plane or anything. You want to be as perfect as you can get. But I like to use the bag method because I don't go with permanent fixtures. I always go with temporary because I want to be able to take them off and such. You know, because they're not mine. They're Motion RCs. So we want to keep them as nice as we can. Now I'll go into, I'm going to move this out of the way here a sec. I'm going to open the other box. That'll have my battery, the charger. You can see what else comes with these. Because again, these are all ready to run. Let's take a look in here. Yeah, and if you don't put the battery, it's just a great static model, for sure. Well, that's what's beauty about these boats, because they are mostly handcrafted. A lot of work goes into getting all these bits on. There's mixtures of brass and wood and plastic. All right, in the box we got our just minor instructions. That just shows you where, that'll tell you where everything goes with pictures, how to plug everything in. This, I believe, is a checklist from the factory. So just to make sure there's somebody there checking and writing off every piece as it goes into the box. So that's just for your information. This one's going to come with the same pistol grip transmitter that the Arizona came with, which is fine. Then we got our charger with the power plug for it, and then you got your battery, which is a 2S 2800, as they all are with the XT60 connector, and that's pretty much it out of the box. So get that out of the way. Perfect. I'll move this stuff back over here. Plenty of space to get our battery in. I'll usually put the battery, it'll be one of the first things I put in. I'll mount that, get that secure, and then I'll put the ballast wherever it needs to be. But easy, I'll put it in there for now. Now let me spin this superstructure around. Let's get that back on. That's nice, it only fits one way. Cool. Now let me screw it down, and then we'll get our turrets all in.
You saw Wes in the comments. He let you know which turret goes where, by the way.
Goes on the front. Okay, all right. I'll swap it. I'll swap it. Let me get these screws going. Wes knew where it was. Of course he would. Why wouldn't he? Why did they not find me the hole? There we go. First one's in. Get one in, and the rest will follow. Sorry a second, guys. You want to hand tighten these down. How's everybody's Thursdays today? Is she available as standing model? Yeah. It's funny. That's what's great about these, though, because they really are, you know, quite impressive. And every time we take one out, doesn't matter which boat we take out, there's always like a crowd. There's always somebody who will say something, or they really are impressive. Just looks unlike anything you'd see. Because even if you saw somebody with an RC and a boat on the water, it's usually, you know, your typical sailboat or race boat. Wes is just online. Wes and I don't live near each other, so he's at his studio doing his thing. I've got this. So now our turret, we'll get them going. One. Again, they're magnetically driven. These turrets, oh, they are fixed? Ah. That's interesting. Usually those would spin. Let's get those around. Directions, we'll get our crane back on there. Oh, let me take a look at the back. I forgot about that aft position. I'm going to cut this ribbon. It's not the tool for that job. I need a scissor. There it is. There we go. I'm going to slide this out. All right, that ribbon's off. And then we've got a little bit of tape. Ah, there we go. Ooh. All right. Let me get the tape off of this. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm just taking the tape off the back part. Now there is a little window in here, so there's not much to see, but all it is the linkages for the twin rudder. So you have access. If they were ever to slip off, you can just peel this little cover back. There's like a waterproofing protection in there, and then you just put your magnetically driven canopy hatch back on top, and you're good to go. And obviously you take off your crane, if that was be there. So Wes said this one goes towards the front. I should have guessed that. But this, again, just slowly but surely work them up. One. We'll swap it out. Let's pop this back there. There we go. Nice. I'm going to give you one of these, Alex, straight on. Turn those guns forward. But wow, what work and detail, you know, along the whole top of the deck. Like, again, a lot of these parts are going to be metal. The chains are metal. These are plastic. This is brass. The railings, deck is wood, brass railings. Just so detailed along the whole thing. And then the rigging, that's the best part. I always love like some of the ships like the Titanic and the Scharnhorst and the older ones that would have more rigging. But even the Arizona has a lot of these, you know, real thread, hand, you know, no machines doing that. Like there's a person that's running all this, you know, down the assembly line, however many they're making for each ship. It's impressive. I just know from building a few of the sailboats we have by hand, just dealing with the thread on those, you know, making all those little mini knots, getting the glue if you need to put glue anywhere, things like that. It is tedious, time consuming. You know, you want to have patience. You need patience to do it. So now for our you know, flags, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go yet. One on the back, I guess. And then the wavy one, I got to take a picture. I got to see, I got to get a look at it again on, what's it called? I got to look at it again online, just see where they have the flags on the real ship, or if I could see some old pictures. I do like when you put one like on one of the riggings up high, so then even when you're in the breeze, it looks like it's waving kind of as it goes. We're about to do size test, but I see a question there. Need for speed. Skill level for this is beginner. This is beginner level. It doesn't get much easier. Again, you pull it out. You saw me take the battery out, charge your battery up, put it in, get some AA batteries, 4 AA batteries for your transmitter. And all the ship does is rudder to turn. Just the rudder's going to turn and then throttle forward, and then this offers a reverse feature. So if you were heading towards the shore or towards an obstacle in your pond or your lake and you needed to slow up, you can quickly reverse it and get out of Dodge. The hardest part of these, which I made a video for, is your ballast. You know, obviously it's an expensive model, so either take it to a pool if you got one near you, or you know, this one will fit in a standard bathtub. Fill your bathtub up, place it in there like this with nothing. Get an idea of what it's going to look like. Then you got to take the superstructure off, get it ballast. You know, start putting your ballast in there and watch the water line, because the water line along the side, this black strip, that's where you want the water. You know, everything red should be submerged, and everything not red should be visible in there. So once you've got the ballast going, put it on there. You know, once it's ballasted right, you should be able to basically tap it in the water, and it'll do this, and it'll always come back, you know, come back to level, and then you're good to go. Then it's just, you know, I haven't sunk one yet, if that's what you're asking. There are none at the bottom of the lake or the pond. I've crashed a lot of planes because you're fighting gravity, but the ships are pretty easy in that respect, you know. I think the hardest boats I've done are when you have to rig up your own sailboat, because those, obviously, with how big they can be, they're not gonna fit in a box all done up. You have to put those together. But for these, pulling them out of the box, you got like this. And if, you know, again, if you're not even going to drive it around in the water anywhere, just having it on your mantle, if you're a Navy guy or just a fan of, you know, ships in general, you can't go wrong with any of these as a static model. I'm going to move this stuff just out of the way quick. So let me bring in a couple of our other ships here. So we got the Arizona, which we had said the USS Arizona was an earlier battleship, an earlier class. Disregard their actual heights, because that's just the stand they're sitting on. You know, the Arizona stand is just a little bigger, but if I hold this up to about here, you can see. So that was the North Carolina behind it. I'm going to put them to about butt to butt. Boom. And now I'm going to slide the Missouri.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're going with 3. It's the American Navy. And these are all 1/200 scale. So that's pretty cool shot. Let me slide this one over. Hold on. This one's sitting on, this stand is really, the Missouri stand is a lot shorter, so it sits a lot. I'm going to bring this backwards this way, and then I'll bring this back. Yeah. And then we'll bring this one. Oh, I'm being daring right now. Put my arm across these, like, just waiting to knock off a piece. But how cool is that? That looks awesome. Lead or sand, how much weight should you use? WM, it's all up to you. I use BBs, so I find that I like BBs, but sand works. You know, but I use bags of BBs. I make pound bags. I use like these hefty cinch sacks or whatever. They're pretty strong, so I think for like $12 you could buy 11 pounds of BBs or something at Walmart. And just I fill up a bunch of 1 pound bags, and then when I have it in the water, I slowly add bags and you know, see where it fits, and then I'll tape them down. But a lot of guys I know will just pour the BBs into the hull themselves and then just epoxy it in there and leave it forever. That is certainly an option, but I don't like the permanent options, just in case things change. Say you ever wanted to add a bigger battery for some reason, you know. That's another thing I've never done with these. I've never run one on just the 2800 2S. I've never run one down even remotely close to being dead. And I've had them in the lake to film them for 20, 25 minutes at a time. They really don't take a lot of power, because especially with the battleships and the scale warships, you're not driving them at full throttle all the time either. So no, these do not shoot, unfortunately, or fortunately for everybody else. We wouldn't want that. That would be, you know, let me turn these turrets around. All around, super cool. So the Missouri just a little taller, and again, the changes in technology and stuff.
We really need an extra, like,
we
nine
need
set of
more hands to get all these in the water, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, William? WM, sure for William. What's going on? But yeah, BBs works well, because again, when you put the bag in, you can flatten it, because sometimes you have the right weight where you're at the water line, but you know, the ship will be leaning a little left. So then you can move some of those BBs over to the right side, and you know, it'll mold, it'll adapt, if you will, to the bottom of the hull. So then it'll be in the right spot. That's one thing, because since I don't fix them down, sometimes just by me, I notice, like, you know, when I'm showing you guys in the pond, like just showing full throttle just to show how fast it could go. You know, if I cut a turn, when I come back to level, since I don't have them planted in, I notice that my ship might be leaning more to the right. I'll make a sharp turn left, and then it'll go back to straight. Or I'll sometimes have to drive it back to myself, pick it up, and just shake it a little bit in the direction I need it, side to side, to get it back. Because again, as long as you're driving around scale, you know, with a non-fixed ballast solution, you're not going to have any problem there. But I've never capsized one, so you know, and we don't want to either. They're absolutely stunning the way they are. So I'm going to move this one now. Let's put them at an angle. Get the North Carolina in there. Wow. Super cool. Really, really cool. Arizona is the coolest battleship ever. It is kind of cool. I'm impressed with how that one looks, for sure. I was excited to take that out of the box. I'd like to get to the North Carolina now that I have it here, just to really see it and put an idea. It would be a hell of a thing to bring this to the North Carolina, you know? They should have one on display. And I'm sure they got little models of the North Carolina around there, but they could put this on display at that museum. That would be really cool. Hey, just relax. Can you do more tanks? We can. We do them as they come, man. As we get them in, we did a bunch of the Tongday tanks a couple weeks ago that came in. As soon as we get more in, we'll definitely go out with some newer ones for sure. But you know, the main part of this job is to let you know what's available, and tell you what's with it, and then you know, then you guys go and make your own. You know, decisions on that knowledge. But all around, super awesome. So any questions on the Carolina while we're here? We don't need to go a full hour today if we don't have to. Again, super quick to get these out and you know, assembled, if you will. You know, the goal here with us, we're actually both off tomorrow, so we're gonna try to get this in the lake Monday, but we'll definitely have this video sometime next week of this one in the lake. And then I got to get 2 other hands because I'd love to get these 3 in the water together. At least these 3, you know. I would love to get 6, 7 guys in there. Get the Yamatos and all the Japanese battleships, and I even have the German one, the Bismarck. We got a few of them here. I'd love to get all the battleships on the water, regardless of era and class. It would just be cool to see them all out there, you know. That would look really, really, really awesome. And actually a still shot in that pond, they have that water thing. It almost looked like, you know, bomb going off in the background in a picture. Like, if you put that at the right perspective, it would probably look pretty cool. But all around, super neat, man. They all look so good. Look so good. We only have battleships as small. There you go. That's funny. Well, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we get out of here, I just want to remind you again that Spotlight flash sale going on right now. Again, that'll end tomorrow. So the 5 products that are deeply discounted today will not be deeply discounted tomorrow. But if you're watching this little teaser, we'll have 5 new products, 1 from each in the same category, available for another week at a deeply discounted thing. Something we don't do often, but we want to give it a go and see what you know, see what turns from it. So take a look at those. So if you've been holding out for something, if you see the deal, just remember, if you see that price, you're not going to see that price again for a little while. So if you're interested, definitely jump on it. Not to pressure you, but I gotta pressure you. We'll do that. But all around, super cool. But that'll do it for us, guys. Oh, just right, yeah, both King Tigers not in stock. That makes sense. King Tiger is one of the more popular, along with Sherman's, some of the popular tanks on the market. But there'll definitely be more in stock. The tanks have moved very fast. It's become like our 2nd fastest moving. That and the ships have become, you know, really key niches on our, you know, on what we sell. But again, all around, thank you guys so much for joining me today and Alex behind the camera. His production work's always needed for shows like this. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching Motion RC, shopping at Motion RC, and we'll have another video for you tomorrow, and then we'll be back all next week with some more stuff. Hopefully we'll have something new to unbox. Maybe we'll get another shipped for a live unboxing next week as well. But either way, definitely hit the like button on this video if you can before you head out the door, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And we'll see you next time, guys, at Motion RC. Have a great one. Bye, guys.